Hey there, good morning and welcome to the channel. Today's video will be an unedited version for the purpose of a documentation for my trading journey. Okay, I'd like to mention that this account will be trading on is a prop firms account. We're in the evaluation challenge account. All right, so we're in a challenge account for two accounts. It's a 5k account and a 25k account. For the 5k account, we'll dive into the dashboard now and I'll show you. So we've been holding this account for around 30 days. We've been using good risk management, but we're in deep drawdown. The drawdown is due to my laziness because apparently when I'm looking at the charts, I don't even do annotation on my charts. I don't draw lines or boxes, whatever. I'll be just looking at the charts and doing analysis in my head, and that is a poor way of analyzing your charts, and it's a great recipe for a disaster. For on Tuesday, I was in deep drawdown, as you can see here, and I'm only a couple of dollars away from losing this 5k account. So I started getting seriously with my analysis. So as of Tuesday, when I was in deep drawdown here, I came back strong with a good analysis on the 25k account. So this week we've been trading the 25k account. I've had it for 4 days now, and as you can see on my trading journal, I'll open it right here. So for the trading journal, we're about a 50% win rate, 6 losers, 6 winners. Okay, and so we opened the first trade on 13th of March 2024. We made a minus $236. On test day we came back strong with a $257. Now this week, so on Tuesday the 19th of March, we made almost $600, and on Wednesday, which is yesterday, last night, we made $477. Now I started trading seriously or getting myself back on track on Tuesday, so I want to show the technicalities and the process of thinking behind my trades on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Tuesday, the trade was based on the Reserve Bank of Australia cash rate, and on Wednesday it was a trade on Euro USD. As you can see here, on Australian dollar we made $560 plus $813. The $77 was for NZD JPY. I was trying to trade the Bank of Japan decision to start increasing the interest rate, but the data, I opened the trades early for all two assets. I opened the trades early, and the Bank of Japan decision wasn't the data wasn't published right on the spot, so it took a couple of time. It was minus. I closed it in minus. After I closed it, price shot up and made good profits for the New Zealand dollar and yen. For the Australian dollar and USD, however, I opened the trades at the same time I opened the yen, and it made good profit. So I'm going to break it down for you. Let's go to Aussie dollar first, and you'll see the reason behind the trade that I took. Okay, so on Tuesday, as you can see, this yellow line right here, news for, if I click here, you can see RBA interest rate decision. So it's here. I'll put it, I'll highlight it with the red line. This red light candle here was the decision, was the news release, and this yellow candle, this yellow line, I'll just move it here, is when I opened the trade. Okay, now wait, I opened the trade here. Okay, so what happened was I was down on a 5-minute chart, and I knew the news release for for Reserve Bank was that they were planning to pause all the interest rate. They were not gonna hike it, not gonna cut the rate. So I knew the Australian dollar would depreciate against a much stronger currency. So that is the reason that I sold the Australian dollar. Okay. So this was the pullback. Excuse me. This was the pullback, and around here I opened a sell, and I was targeting low, but after I saw how volatile the price was, I closed my trades early. I'll put a screenshot of my MetaTrader on the right corner, somewhere around here, for you to see. Okay, so this was the trade I took on Australian dollar and USD, and indeed when data was released, the Australian dollar paused the interest rate. So this decision caused the Australian dollar to went on a sell-off. Okay, so this trade alone made me $500, almost $600. And Tuesday was a trade on Euro USD that I took. Okay, on Euro USD, I'll go on a 1 hour time frame, and I'll show you the process behind my thinking. Alright, so last night what I did was here. So this green line here was a higher time frame support resistance, and here also was a higher time frame support. So prior to that, I saw price cannot close down here, so I was thinking that price would do something like a break and retest and all that, right? I thought price was gonna do something like that. Let me draw it out. So I thought that because price came down and broke here, came back into this zone, it was gonna sell off, right? So I took a sell here prior to that, and I put my stop loss above here. I was doing a high risk, high reward sort of trading style. But then, as you can see, price went up. Okay, price went up. Pardon me. Like I said, this is an unedited version, so it will be like this. Yeah, so price again went up and then came down, and it was here that I was in deep drawdown. Until here, but I knew that this here was a support and resistance, plus also an order block right here, and price was in a premium. That's why I took a sell, and I was targeting this low. But as you can see, price came down, came out to drawdown, and I closed it somewhere here. And as you can see, this is the exact thing that happened. I opened it here, price reversed. I had 2 positions more, came down almost to this low right here, and I closed all profits. Now price went back on a high because the Federal Reserve holds their interest rates again. They did not cut, they did not hike, and that is why the US dollar skyrocketed up. The US dollar, trading US dollar interest rate, you have to be careful, alright, because it might do the opposite, because there are a couple more key indicators or key factors behind their decisions. You might think they'll hold post the interest rate and went on a sell-off, but it goes the other direction. So when trading US dollars interest rates, you have to be really careful and do your news analysis properly. Okay, so this trade here last night made me $470+ in profits. Alright, so today is just Thursday, 21st of March. As you can see also on my calendar, Thursday 21st. We still have 2 trading days. We'll see if the setup is formed, and we'll update the video. Anyway, that's for now. So it's Thursday night around 7 p.m. PNG time. Now what I'm looking at is the scheduled news for the Bank of England to release their official bank rate. I can see that the central bank is expecting the Bank of England to keep the interest rate at a 5.25%. So I'm gonna check out the news on that one. Let's quickly filter this down to the past hour, and as you can see, I think 30 minutes ago, FX3 came out with the news release that UK interest rate is expected to be steady. Alright, now this is only one article. The best tip to find news related to your fundamental analysis is to find and read reports from a legit and a more creditable source such as Forbes themselves. Now for Forbes, I think this news is to do with US dollar, not necessarily the pound. So I have to find, I want to look for a creditable sources about the GBP news release that will be posted out in a couple of hours. Okay, so excuse me. UK Yahoo Finance is a great source also to source out to find your relevance to your fundamental analysis, and they have a good news release and a very good up-to-date one, although they do not sometimes post data on the release time. Anyway, so as you can see the headline up there, the Bank of England is expected to hold their interest rate steady. And what you want to look for when you're reading a news is the key indicators. Alright, the key indicators such as the CPI and the GDP, which is the gross domestic product, and the consumer price index. They are a really good indicator of how an economy is doing in a country. So whenever you want to trade the interest rate decisions, do make sure that you understand the key factors or the economic key indicators that affects this currency. So I'm just going to quickly read this news, and I might forward this part and show you my decision to either I should sell or buy on this trade. Alright, after reading the news, I decided to sell the GBP because it is a confirmed news report that there will be news expectation that they will be holding on to the pound interest rate. Also, if you can see here, this looks like a triangle that is to be broken to the downside. There's a support on the bottom, and on the resistance is kind of like a trend line or a triangle that makes that makes it look like a triangle that's trying to break to the downside. So there's a technical indicator also. There's also a technical indicator that shows me that it's going to go to the downside. I've also taken a sell on another pound asset, which is the pound and yen, as you can see right here. So I've opened another trade. Now this is after a couple of hours. As you can see, price didn't break down, and you can see that the triangle that I was explaining. Okay, so this is where we are, and price head came down to the downside. I'm worried that this might be like sort of a breaker, and price might eventually go back up and take out my stop loss, because news hour is a highly volatile hour to trade. But what I'm gonna do is I will close all my profits, because I'm in $400 profits. I've already passed 1,000, So this would be around 1,400 profit, which is uncomfortable for this week. Next week is another week and it has its own setup. Just need to be patient and look for it. So this week's trades, two of which is I'd say based on fundamental and one on technical, but fundamental and technical analysis both compensate or complement each other. Anyway, I'm gonna do a bulk close all position and take my profit right here right now, and I'll click on bulk operations and close all positions. With that, I'm in profits around 1000 plus 1005 minus 77 commission. I'm at 1004. Alright, today is Sunday and we're in the 25k account dashboard. As you can see, we've been trading for around 5 days and the profit is at $1,433. You can see our balance at 26,000 plus. And now we're in the trading journal. We're at 60% win rate now. We're at a good steady growth up. And for our calendar, you can see that we were on Friday with the profit. We actually opened the trading test day, but we closed it in the Friday morning. That is why the amount is accounted to the Friday trading day. With that being said, if you like this video, please subscribe, like, and keep an eye out for next week's trading. Have a great one.